Understanding angles. In order to understand angles, we must understand turning. We always turn in angles. Here are some examples. Look at this tap. In the morning, when we turn the tap, it rotates. How much do you need to turn to get water? Look at the fan regulator. We turn it to switch it on or off and to increase or decrease the speed. While walking, we turn many times. In a car or a bus, driver turns the steering to turn the vehicle. Yes, and the clock is always turning. Now let us understand what is an angle. Observe this line. Can you see it turn? In order to understand the meaning of angle, we will have to mark from where it turned. So let us mark it. Now how much has it turned? Let us mark that also. Now we can see how straight lines, when they cross, make many angles as shown. Can you see 4 angles here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we can see 3 straight lines forming 3 angles. Do you know what this figure is called? Yes, it is called a triangle. Why? Because there are 3 angles. Tri means 3. You will learn a lot more about triangles in future. In fact, there is a subject which is called trigonometry about triangles. Even nature has set many angles, and we will be constantly reminded about angles if we observe them. Look at these examples. A book. When you turn the pages, you see angles. Trees make angles to access sunlight. Observe how many angles are there in this tree. Observe how the ladder is made and kept. The angle with the wall is very important to ensure stability so that the ladder doesn't fall. The word angle comes from the Greek word anglios. The word ankle also means the same thing. We already saw how a straight line, when it turns, forms an angle. For mathematical purpose, we have to represent it. This is done by assigning alphabets to all points. The point of contact is normally called O. The other 2 points are normally called A and B. Now, the angle is denoted as angle AOB, or in this manner, AOB or AOB. We can also call it angle XYZ or angle AOB, etc. Normally, the vertex or point of meeting is called O. Of course, it makes no difference what you call it. But each notation should be specific and refer to only one angle. We already saw how a straight line, when it turns, forms an angle. When 3 lines meet as shown, 3 angles are formed. Let us find out what these angles are. Meeting point, let us call it as O. The other ends as A, B and C. Now, can you see 3 angles? The 3 angles are AOB, BOC and AOC. You will also see how difficult it is to point at all the 3 angles without the naming convention. Here are some angles made with yoga poses. Can you identify them? Observe the red markings. Let us once more identify the angles and see its notations. Here is angle AOB. We know that the point O is called the vertex. The lines OA and OB are called the sides of the angle. The straight line that you observe on top of AO and BO is the vector. We know that angles are a result of turnings. So, how much did we turn? This gives the measurement of angle. Angles are measured with the help of a protractor. Here is the picture of a normal protractor. You must be having one in your geometry box. If you do not have a geometry box, buy one. It has a protractor, set squares, compass, divider and ruler. It also has an eraser and a short pencil. Protractor. We shall see and study the protractor carefully as we are going to use it. The first thing to notice is that it is a semicircle. What is a semicircle? It is half a circle. Next is the baseline shown in red. This has to sync or coincide with the line in an angle. The next important point is the vertex. This also must coincide with the vertex of the angle as shown in blue. Let us understand the unit of measurement. Angles are measured in degrees. For example, 5 degrees is represented as shown here, or 18 degrees is read as 18 degrees. So, the angle is measured in degrees. Total turning, as we have seen, is one circle. How much is one circle? It is 360 degrees. We have already seen that a protractor is half a circle. So, it must have half of 360, which is 180 degrees. Can you identify 180 degree in a protractor? Here it is. So, a protractor can measure up to 180 degrees. So, what about angles more than that? We will look into that. Sometimes you can see round protractors that can measure more than 180 degrees. But that is not necessary. Now we will see how to measure angles with the help of a protractor. Let us recollect the following points before we proceed. We should know what is meant by baseline, vertex and degrees, which we have seen earlier. Let us take an angle as shown here. The name of the angle is angle AOB. Now bring the protractor and coincide its vertex first. Then coincide the bottom line of the protractor with our line AO by rotating the protractor about the vertex. Now look at what angle OB is showing. It is showing two angles. The one in black color is showing 27 degrees and the one in blue is showing 153 degrees. Which is our angle? We can see that OA is showing 0 degrees in black. So, we have to see how much it has increased. If we track the black angle, the correct answer and the angle is 27 degrees. The blue angle is reducing from 180 degrees to 153 degrees. So, that is not the correct angle. So, angle AOB is 27 degrees. So, in order to calculate, we start from 0 in the black angle and we start calculating. Now we will measure another angle which is slightly bigger. In a similar manner, bring the protractor to first coincide the vertexes and then coincide the line AO. Now we get the reading 57 degrees. So angle AOB is 57 degrees. Let us now measure a very big angle and see how a protractor works. In a similar manner, bring the protractor to first coincide with the vertexes and then coincide the line AO. Now we get the reading 100 degrees. So angle AOB here is 100 degrees. Let us try to understand the meaning of angle written in the blue color. Produce the line AO to OC as shown. If we want to measure angle COB, then we will have to use the blue colored readings. The readings have to start from OC as the angle and we notice that the blue colored angle is 0 degrees. As we keep reading the blue angle, we notice that they are increasing and angle COB is 80 degrees. Some angles are special. These angles are very important and we will study a lot more about them in higher classes. One such angle is the right angle. Here is angle AOB, which is 90 degrees. You must remember that this angle, as long as it is 90 degrees, can be in any form as shown here.